Cedar Falls High School recently increased their technology with the January rollout of Chromebooks for every student. This is part of the Cedar Falls School District's digital learning initiative. The use of Chromebooks will open up access to learning tools and experiences outside the classroom. The plans to take digital learning tools to the next level as a one-to-one school has been in the works for almost 2 years. In January, during the first week of the spring semester, students were given their Chromebooks.
Students have adjusted really well. It's gone really better than I thought it might. But the students have adjusted very well. They like them because they're light. They're very fast. They only have Google Chrome on them, so there's a few limitations with that. But I think compared to the desktops we had that were older and they were slow and it took a long time to log in, I think the students really like being able to get on so quickly and do their work.
I like it. I mean, personally, I'd rather have a textbook, but it's very useful because if you need to look up something quick, you don't have to check out the library or check out to a nearby computer lab. So it's really handy. It's also very useful at home because I really don't have a computer at home to if I need to do a school project, obviously it's very there. It's very handy.
Teachers have already started to take advantage of the technology in their classrooms.
We have developed, the school purchased or started using a learning management system called Schoology. And it's and so teachers and students have access to it. And so teachers can post assignments there, students can turn assignments in. There's a component that allows for online quizzes and that kind of thing. We're just learning how to use it, so some teachers have really taken off and are using it a lot. Some teachers not so much. My guess is it'll really be during next year is when the push will really come to do that. We're going through some training now, some organized training with using it. And so, like I said, some students have used it quite a bit, some students probably haven't used it at all, depending on who their teacher is.
In my Spanish class, we do Schoology, and we submit assignments online there. And recently we did a video and we submitted it online, and she just checks it online.
Students are even allowed to download free apps off the Google Store when they will be useful in certain classes. For example, students may have a French language application to help in a French class. Students can also download other free apps like games, but must keep in mind the school board's policy towards school computers and its appropriate use.
We don't say you cannot use it for personal use. We don't tell them you can only use it for school use. There's no way to track that, and we're not going to do that if they don't do any harm.
With any new technology, there are bound to be some issues. For the most part, the school district's tech department has worked well with fixing the problems as they arise. The Chromebooks are very lightweight, which is great for not adding to the students' heavy backpacks, but it also means that these books are fragile, and there have already been a few reported incidents of broken screens. Overall, however, this technology has received positive reviews by students and teachers alike.
I like that it's hooked up to printers because at first it wasn't hooked up to printers, which was very inconvenient. But I mean, they're really neat. They really are. It's kind of a cool thing to have. It's really handy, really useful.
I like that the Chromebook is small and very easy and lightweight. And also the Chromebook is, like I said, very helpful with schoolwork.
It's easy to do schoolwork on, and it's really good practice for next year because in college I'm going to be taking most of my notes on my laptop. So it's going to be really helpful then.
Cedar Falls Utilities has integrated all the Cedar Falls schools with fiber networking and the blazing fast 1 gigabyte internet speeds. Because of this increased bandwidth, the schools can handle all the students' network trafficking during the day. Another great feature of the Google Chromebooks is that everything is stored online versus on the computer's hard drive. So if anything were to happen to a Chromebook, the student wouldn't lose any files. Because software applications and document storage are in the cloud and tied to the student's unique Google identity rather than on the hardware, the Chromebooks are interchangeable between students. The school gave everyone a school Gmail account which automatically syncs up with Schoology. Students also have to use a Google account to log on to the Chromebooks. All the students and teachers are in a transition period getting used to the new technology. With everyone having a computer they can access anywhere and anytime, there is a less demand for the library's computers and computer labs.
Basically, if you need to use a computer, you have to check out to the library or the MRC or anything. And that's also very different, the fact that all these computer labs are shutting down, because I've been using them for the past 3 years, and like walking into a computer lab saying, oh, all these computers are gone, because we don't need them anymore because we have the Chromebooks. So that's very different, but I think it's a plus for the future.
I think this year the teachers and the students are just kind of beginning to figure out, teachers especially, how to take advantage of this. And so we're still learning, and I think next year and the following year I really see the profound changes taking place then in education.
Reporting for Cedar Falls City News, I'm Shelby Gappa.